Hey everybody, and welcome back to our continuing coverage of the GAMA Trade Show 2017. I'm Z Garcia. I'm here with Deacon from Cryptozoic.
How's it going?
Good, how you doing?
Doing great.
All right, and we are going to be taking a look at plenty of 3D goodies here.
Yeah, you won't need the top down as much for this one.
There you go. Well, so we're going to stay on this view. So where do you want to start here?
All right, let's start with Attack on Titan: The Last Stand.
Okay,
So
right
this
here.
is Ludwig Melblanc and Anton Bauza's game that we've been publishing with Don't Panic Games. Mm-hmm. We're bringing it to the U.S. They're doing it in France and everything around the Europe Union. And it is a one-verse mini game with dice mitigation and dice rolling. So when you think of a dice rolling game, such as King of Tokyo, which you just had on, what do you think about re-rolling? You have a couple times that you get to re-roll and then you're locked. What's interesting about this game is you get to re-roll as many times as you want.
Okay.
So at the beginning of the round, the hero players, which we have right now on our tower, get to roll wherever they are as many times as they want. However, on one side of the dice is a Titan face.
Okay.
And that locks the die, and it becomes a resource for the Titan player.
Gotcha.
So every time that you get one of these face up,
you're helping me.
Yes, exactly. And it becomes that one versus many mechanic. So if there is, it self-balances. So if you're playing with 4 people against one, he gets a lot more resources. If he doesn't, if you're just playing 2v1, he gets a lot less, so he has to be a lot more careful about how he uses them.
Okay.
There are 4 Titans in the box. They all look like this, but there are 4 large, oversized cards.
Okay.
We're showing the basic right now. But if you look, there's 2 to devour one of the citizens on the ground.
Okay.
3 to regenerate your health, because Titans always are regenerating.
Okay.
And then there's 1 to crush a hero, because each hero has 3 health points.
Gotcha.
And if all the cannons on the tower, all the citizens on the ground, or 1 hero is killed, the game is over and the Titan wins.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So there's a lot of paths to victory for the Titan.
Okay.
For the heroes, it's a lot harder. They have to get the Titan into the kill zone itself by hurting him, and then they have to have a tactic card, and there are 2 tactics cards in this stack that have a kill zone requirement that allows them to get victory.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
in this case, you'd have to have a hero on level 5, a hero on level 8, and those heroes would need to have 2 swords on level 8, 2 cannons on level 5 for that character alone.
Right.
There's no sharing of dice.
Okay.
And you have to be in the kill zone, and then you get victory.
Gotcha. So if you got all the requirements on the same turn at the same time,
Correct.
you brought down the Titan. Okay.
Correct. And one of the sides of your dice is also a tactics tile, which allows you to move through one at a time.
Oh,
So this
gotcha.
doesn't shuffle during the game, so you get an idea of what your tactics are as you are building your dice. So you're like, okay, if I remember, after we get him to the kill zone, this one gets him automatically to the kill zone. I know that we're about 3 or 4 away from the kill shot. So let's try to do this, and then if you have a lot of tactics next turn, we can go through it real quick and get back to that kill zone.
Gotcha.
And
So
take 'em down.
Is there a single one of these that is the one that gives you a victory?
There's
that
2.
gives heroes a victory? Okay.
So there's the next slash. Next slash is 1,
And
and
this
then eradication.
Gotcha. And the rest, how do they help the heroes?
This is everything is right there, easy to read on the top. So this one heals. Each hero recovers 1.
Okay.
There-
these are still requirements
Correct.
for that. Okay.
And if you notice, there are color codes on here too. So if you look at the spaces on the Titan, there's brown spaces. The tower has gray spaces, and then the higher spots are all blue.
Yep.
Sky.
Right.
So it's very easy to color track where you're going. And one of the dice is also movement. And if you can count, you can move around this board. It looks like it's complex, but each level has a number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. So basically, I jump from right here to the 3,
5 to 4.
5 to 4, right.
3, yeah.
Okay.
Up, down, up, down. And they're all on that level too, so it's visually easy to see too.
Very cool. So, this is very free form as well. You just put this on the table anywhere you want.
Done.
Okay.
Now, we've been talking about heroes a lot. Mm-hmm. We haven't been talking about the Titan.
Let's talk about some Titans.
So, the Titan we talked about they get the resources and they can do one of the things on their turn, so it's a back and forth. However, they also have their own tactics.
Okay.
They have a small deck of 7 that they have full access to at all times.
Okay.
The only reasons that you can't use any other cards is it was used the previous turn, so each cards have a cooldown period.
Okay.
However, these cards are crazy attacks that might knock everyone down to the ground level, then combo with hurting them on the ground level.
Ooh,
and on
okay.
every time the Titan gets to do this on the round, they get to play 1 face up and 1 face down.
Gotcha.
So you might think, I don't need to worry about that. I'm not on ground 0. Oh,
Now
I
you are.
am.
Right. So these are gonna So they'll always play 2, and they will both go off.
Yes.
Just we know the good guys will know half the information only. Got it.
And if you notice, it only activates for if your hero is in the brown zone, the green zone, or whatever the case may be. So it's very visually appealing, so you can figure it out quickly.
Well, it also says what it does.
Exactly.
So you're covered there either way.
Yeah. So if you have your people that need the iconography, it's there.
Okay.
If you need the people that need to read and do the full rules lawyering, it's there too.
Okay.
But you also have the chance to dodge. So there are spots on each dice that are dodge.
Okay.
So if you are in this brown spot, you might be able to have those dodges ready to go so that when they're attacking, you can get out of the way.
Okay.
So it's not just Titans win.
Interesting. About how long is the gameplay for this?
45. About an hour,
minutes?
maybe.
Okay. What's the player count? I know it's 1 versus the rest of them.
It's 2 to 5.
So even one versus the one other player, that
Correct.
works as well, and all the way up to 4 heroes, 1 type.
Yep.
Okay, cool. When is this going to be available?
This one's going to be coming out May or June.
May or June, and the MSRP on it?
40.
40.
Yeah, so all these nice etched dice. There's 20 etched dice.
The dice are very nice. They're
Yeah.
really cool. They're nice and chunky. They're large dice. They are very clear and edged. Yeah.
And these
are great.
Titan minis are part of the game as well. Oh, sorry,
Little
the cannon
cannons. Yeah, very cool. Now, all of these things, especially these here, the ones that represent the building, can they be built and put back into the box and be kept built?
You can't keep them built, but they come apart and come together really easily.
Okay.
So as we are starting to work on our giant killer robot, you can see I'm already putting it back together.
Okay.
So it's very easy to put back together, and it all fits in the box, and it has a vacuum form tray.
Okay, cool.
So it's really easy to do.
Excellent.
Done.
All right, so let's go to that one then. I'm going to move this Titan
A little bit out of the way.
over there before he starts to eat people.
Mikasa's up there on 8. All right.
All right, cool. And now these are looking really cool,
right.
those mechs.
So have you been following the Kickstarter at all for this one?
I myself have not.
All right, so it is on Kickstarter right now for another week.
Okay.
But seeing as GAMA, there's a lot of cool retailer support as well coming with this.
Okay.
They're working on League Play as well. And when I say they, we're working on this with Weta Workshop.
Okay.
So are you aware of Weta Workshop at all?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys out there are not, which I'm certain that you are, they're the guys who are a huge physical and virtual special effects house for Hollywood. And they are working on right now Ghost in the Shell. And with that, they are also, I got everything, my corner over here.
You bringing out more?
No,
or
just putting it
everything
all
away?
right
Okay.
here. So it is a skirmish game. And we're working on it. So they're doing the design, they're doing a lot of the fulfillment and everything like that. But we've been helping them with Kickstarters because they've never run a Kickstarter before.
Okay.
And we're helping with game design because they wanted to make sure that someone who's actually designed games helped design their game.
Sounds good.
So they've been doing a lot of playtesting with our rule set, growing it. They've been running around New Zealand and everywhere in the Hobbit holes and making this game perfect. But it is a expandable card game where your deck is your mech.
Okay.
You're trying to hurt the other mech by moving around this huge cityscape.
Okay.
If you destroy the other mech, you win. And by destroying the mech, you are actually destroying cards that no longer come back into the game.
Gotcha.
So there's a whole destruction mechanic on here.
Gotcha.
You also have an energy counter on your area as well,
Okay.
which you can overclock your engine, which damages your mech itself and helps you do a little bit more in your turn, but it will destroy your deck as well.
So you got to go easy on that,
Yeah.
right.
But you're always
Let me
welcome to.
just show some of these cards here to the camera. These are very, it almost looks like cel-shaded artwork. I don't think it quite is, but it's got a great, almost comic book action style look to everything.
Correct, and they're building the world as well, so it comes with a comic book as well.
So this is basically a new IP.
Correct.
This is a brand new
100%.
concept. Okay, very cool. And you said it was a miniatures skirmish game. Will it be a free-form miniatures where you are measuring all of that
No,
stuff?
it has a hex board. I just didn't have the space to
Okay.
bring that over here.
Okay.
So these buildings are set up on the hex board, so you can see everything has a hex area, and those are not only blocking, but they are one of the win conditions as well. If you bring your mechs over, the heavy hitters is what they're called.
Okay.
You can tag them with your virtual advertising, because it's all about a big corporate
Gotcha.
blood bowl. So
Gotcha.
think about NASCAR as mechs.
Okay.
And you're trying to tag these buildings with your sponsor's advertising. And if you tag 4 of the buildings, you also win.
So that's what these are up
Yep.
here. All right, very cool.
Yeah.
Now, are these anywhere near final? Are these
This-
prototype
this-
pieces?
This is near final.
Okay. And these are going to come exactly this way. They're going to have that same look. This mech will come painted just like it is right now. All of that. Okay.
And these are cardboard. They pop out. And
then the smaller ones over here, are these, will this be final as well? Will they look this way?
Just about, yeah. They'll be made out. Now, this is resin instead of a plastic, but they will be looking in that, they will look like that, yes.
And are these like support for the heavy hitters?
Support. So you have 5 parts of your turn: deploy, move, attack, tag the buildings, and then reset. And these you deploy, so that's a combat drone, there's a repair drone, and a recon drone that help with spotting around buildings.
Very cool, very cool. Yeah, and these look really fantastic. There's just a ton of creativity here, and I love that that futuristic mech, but they look somewhere between sleek and not clunky, but like really heavy, you know? So it's a great looking product here. When is this going to be available?
The Kickstarter is saying December 2017. A lot of that's going to be in Weta Workshop's hands to make sure it happens, and I believe it will.
Okay.
But in the end, it's going to be fantastic, and then retail will be shortly thereafter.
And once all the Kickstarter backers have it and we want to get it at the store, how much are we looking at to get into
They haven't let us know yet.
Okay, so
right now it's $99 on Kickstarter, and that gives you 4 factions. So I'm only showing 2 today, but it gives you 4 factions. So 4 heavy hitters and 3 support drones for each, and we just started unlocking other miniatures to add to it as well.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, cool.
Looks fun, yeah. And then we're quickly going to cover that over there. If you want to just tell us what you've got over there.
So I know that I don't have much time. I wanted to show you that we have Anatomy Park here today, which is the next Rick and Morty game.
Okay.
It's a much deeper strategy game. It's a tile laying game where you are moving around the park as you build it. Have you watched the episode of Anatomy Park?
Yes, yes.
So it is based off of that. You're building a park inside Ruben, the homeless Santa from a mall. And you are doing so by building this. Now, this is an adult game. I won't be showing too many tiles because I don't know who's watching.
Let's stick with the back of the tiles then.
Yeah.
Here, so I'm going to do some curating on the fly. That's okay.
Yeah, so I'm trying to do it so we have lower abdomen land.
Lower abdomen land. Sure.
Everyone has a food court.
Yeah, the Daily Krill. I'm just hoping to come across one where I can go like, oh no. that one.
Not doing that one?
Oh no. That one's not getting shown. Hey, the Hemoglobin River Run. That sounds fun. Blood rafting. Yay. Okay, so you said this one's a lot more strategic than the ones that have come before it.
Correct. It's not the other two.
Tile laying, a little more going on in this one.
Correct.
Okay.
So you move around as Rick, Morty, and the other characters from the episode, so Dr. Xenon Bloom's there as well.
Okay.
Move around, and you can place tiles next to where your standee is. You can also move tiles that have already been placed because it's designed by committee.
Okay.
So once tiles are placed, that doesn't mean they're locked.
Okay.
You can only slide them, so if they're physically locked, they can't move. But if they're on the edge of the board, you can move them around. And whenever that happens, a bodily reaction happens because you're messing with the guts of a guy. So he's going to do something like burp.
Okay.
And you must act that out when that happens or lose victory points as well.
Oh boy, here we go. So there you go. You have a burping card.
But as that happens, you can also get diseases that show up too. So you got hepatitis A that shows up as well.
Wow, that's angry looking hepatitis there. Okay.
And those move around and impact your tile drawing and tile retention.
Okay, okay. So a little bit of silliness in there still with the acting out of everything.
Have to.
But some decent strategy with the tile laying.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. Is that available now? Is that going to be available soon?
This one's going to be available near Gen Con.
Okay, Gen Con. Yeah. And what's the MSRP on
this
that?
This one's $30.
$30. Very cool. Okay, I'm going to put the Hemoglobin River Run back in there. Thanks very much for chatting with me.
No problem.
Appreciate it. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We're going to see you real soon.